Alrighty, so if you guys watched my video yesterday where I took Blue Arthur into PvP, just a quick update. I've still not lost a match in geared PvP, so I've got a 100% win rate still, and I'm 10 for 10. So I don't know, that's cool, I guess. Anyways, let's swap over to the browser here. A week ago, I put up a poll talking about these collabs that are, there's a bunch of files in the collab thing, there's a bunch of collab files in JP and Korean versions of the game right now, and honestly, like, there's just so many of them, it's kind of like hard to believe which one's going to be coming out, or which one is coming out, or what the deal is there. So I kind of wanted to see, out of all the collabs so far, if they are real, which would you prefer the most? And this is pretty much what I expected. I put, obviously 4 answers. Stranger Things was the first one that got announced. ReZero was the second one that they found files for, and then there was a lot of newer files for Fate. So obviously, I also put I hate collabs, I like lemons, and I don't know why I put that. It probably got too many meme votes, and it probably skewed a little bit, so I might not do that in the future, but it was funny either way to me. So this is pretty much how I expected it turning out. I didn't really expect Stranger Things to get all that much love. There was a couple of people when I put out the initial leaks video where I was asking why, and there were people who were like, oh, it's not that bad, Stranger Things is actually kind of a cool collab, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm glad people some people would at least enjoy it. It didn't seem like it was the most logical choice, and it just seemed kind of odd, because Stranger Things is just a Netflix series and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But these two actually make a lot of sense because ReZero is an anime. Obviously Seven Deadly Sins is an anime. Fate is also an anime, and they have a bunch of movies and games already and stuff like that. So this would work out perfectly. And surprisingly, ReZero actually kind of won just by a little bit. They were pretty close. I don't know a whole lot about Fate, honestly. I've seen some stuff about Fate here and there. I know they have a lot of games, a lot of movies, and a lot of, content. There's a lot of Fate stuff out there, and a lot of people really like it. I personally have just never gotten into it. A buddy of mine was kind of filling me in on some of it just because I asked him if he knew what it was. And it seems like it could be kind of cool. I really don't know a whole lot of the characters from it, but obviously they probably would fit a little bit better than Stranger Things. So other than that, the ReZero collab was probably my personal favorite, just because I actually know a little bit about it. I've not actually seen the show. I'm probably going to watch that next after I finish watching Demon Slayer. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in this because if you didn't know, I used to play a game called Crusader's Quest, and they actually had a collab with ReZero a long time ago, and I actually pulled some of the characters from the collab on that game, and they were pretty cool. I didn't have any clue who they were at the time, but and I still don't really know a whole lot about the characters, but all I know is that the main character's name is Subaru, and that there's a pink and a blue-haired girl named Rim and Ram. I don't know if that's their names respectively. I don't know which one's which, honestly. Couldn't tell you. So, other than that, I think there's a girl named Amelia, maybe? Something like that. Those are the 4 characters that got added to the Crusader's Quest game that I used to play. And the only reason I wanted to make a video on this was just because I thought it was kind of interesting that ReZero won the poll, and that was kind of my personal favorite out of the 3. And as luck may have it, 5 hours ago, one of the guys that I follow on Twitter who actually does data mining and stuff like that for the game, he found that Subaru is actually getting, there's some files and stuff like that being added to the game on the Korean and JP sides of the game for his player model and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know when any of these collabs would come out. Obviously, Global is at a really weird point right now where the fan base is still kind of competing against each other and getting mad at each other. So I don't know. Obviously, Escanor is supposed to be coming out on Global on the 15th. If it's anything like the previous collabs, JP will probably get it a couple of weeks beforehand, at the best. But I guess we're so close to being caught up now that I guess there is potential for it to be at the same time, which could be very interesting, especially from a meta standpoint, because most of the characters that we end up getting on Global like JP has really already tested and figured out who is good, who is not. And the only time that we've ever gotten a character that JP didn't have was with Oslo and Hawk. So yeah, I'm actually kind of interested. If they end up doing a dual collab where they do the collaboration at the same time on both versions of the game, I think that would be super cool. Just because I like the fact that we can kind of look at JP's side and say, hey, you know, this character works really well over there. They've already kind of tested it. This character's really good. This character's really bad, etc. Because it kind of shows you like who you need to go for and who you don't. But at the same time, it's kind of fun to just like, you know, throw some gems out there, get a new character that nobody's really messed with a whole lot, and kind of experiment with it for yourself. So I don't know, let me know your guys' opinions, because I'm actually kind of excited if it is ReZero for the first one. If they're going to end up doing more than one, I could definitely see you know, ReZero and Fate being the real ones. But I mean, they do already have the poster and stuff like that in the files for the Stranger Things one, which there's not a whole lot of info on the Fate one really. It's just a bunch of I think it's just character models and stuff like that maybe. So I don't know. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. I'm always interested in collabs. Collabs are kind of scary though, because you kind of like, it's like limited time content and you don't know whether or not it'll return. So you kind of want to try to get the characters while you can. And it's always like one of those things where if you really want the characters, or like maybe want them in the future, you kind of have to summon, and it kind of forces you into that sort of corner, or else you may not be able to get them again in the future. So I don't know. I'm interested. I think it's been a while since we've had a collab in general, so I'm kind of looking forward to another one. But with, you know, with Escanor coming and probably Assault Mode Melee not too long after that, I'm really skeptical on when they could release it at a decent time that would benefit the global server. So I don't know. That's pretty much all I have for you today, though. Like I said, I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for content this week because I put out so many videos on the first 2 days of the patch. So I don't know. Not sure what else I'm going to be doing, but stay tuned, I guess. So thanks so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video.